Well, to discuss that a bit further, and I join Mr. Webster Tarpley, who is an author and historian who's joining us live now via Skype from Washington. Mr. Tarpley, thanks a lot for joining us now. Why exactly would Israel want to ever support insurgents in Syria?
Well, we're dealing with a NATO secret army, a group of death squads and their hangers-on that have been deployed for the purpose of destroying the Syrian state and replacing it with mini-states, micro-states, a failed state, warlords, and chaos. And I guess to the more adventurous breed of Israeli politician like Netanyahu, that seems to be an attractive perspective. The idea is, on the one side, Israel seems to be threatening to give advanced weapons to these death squads, to al-Qaeda, because that's who it is, or they might even intervene themselves. For example, try to maintain a buffer zone on the Syrian side of the joint border. But I would put this together with some other things. It's a very dangerous pattern now. It's coherent with an early attack by the U.S. and NATO, perhaps joined by Israel, against Syria. First of all, we've got Netanyahu. Yesterday afternoon, the Saudi foreign minister, Saud al-Faisal, met with Obama at the White House in an unannounced, unscheduled meeting. And the topic mentioned was Syria. So that would be the Saudis pushing for an attack as soon as possible. Going back a couple of days, then we have the new Secretary of Defense, Hagel, that some people thought would be some kind of a peace angel, has announced the transfer of about 200 U.S. troops into Jordan. Now, as far as I can see, that looks like the headquarters of a division. It looks like something that could function as the headquarters of an expeditionary force by the United States, perhaps against Syria. So you put those three things together, and you see that against the backdrop of this strategy of tension that we've got going on in the United States. We've got bombs, we've got letters loaded with ricin poison, we've got explosions going off, we've got, again, something that looks very, very similar to a classic NATO strategy of tension. And it looks like that all may be a buildup to an attack on Syria. I think it's more threatening now than it has been in many, many months.
All right, we'll have to leave it there. Of course, we do appreciate your insight as always. That was Mr. Webster Tarpley speaking to us live from Washington.